For whom is Koray's framework actually is?
This is not something that most of people would not do.
Koray's framework is more than a method, it's a mindset shift.
He could leverage the whole thing for himself, but he decided to train other people and bring a community together.
There are people like me trying to be very smart than they actually are.
This is not always the case. It's easier to copy yourself.
Copy way is the sloppy way.
I don't give report to the client. I have trained a team of 4 writers. 3 of them bailed within 1 week, but the one who stayed is the best writer that I have.
Your traffic might go down initially.
This doesn't work like by even changing the color of a button can improve your conversion rate.
If Google was a personality, what kind of toxic ex-girlfriend would it be for you?
Try to mingle with people better than you. Invest in Bitcoin.
Let's now talk more in depth about Koray's framework, okay? So what from the Koray's ecosystem you accepted or you reject? Like something you oppose, something you think that this is something I can do in a better way, or something you think that this is too much. Anything you reject. So we have more clarity on Koray's framework in that perspective.
I haven't rejected anything. I just believe I get the information, I evaluate it, and I can understand where this information is applicable, that you can apply this information in specific niches, or you can just keep it there. And when the time is right, or if the project comes along that we can try this thing, then we do it. But again, Koray is not saying like something just to say, right? He studied a thief, and he really he got some really important research behind that in order to be able to say, okay, I don't reject anything. I can hear any possible tactic, and I have heard very different and unique angles in SEO that that is genius, that is good, that is things we can leverage. Okay, that's why you need a team, a big team. Okay, you assign this. Okay, go do this thing.
Okay,
that's why you try different approaches. And again, trying different approaches is bring you the unique angle you need at the end of the day. Okay, and the human effort that Koray preaches. You need human effort in any possible way that you can actually print it on your website.
Wow, very good. So can you say that Koray's framework is more than a method, it's a mindset shift? Can you say that?
At least 2 different scopes on that. It's a mindset that the SEO should be trained to train your brain, how you retrieve, how you are able to read behind actually checking a website or checking the index. So you need experience to train your brain, train your reflexes, or why this is ranking there and how to do that. So you need to know algorithms, maybe patterns behind that, how they approach different things. And again, you're not actually know that Google or any LLM is using this kind of pattern behind the algorithm, but you know that there is possibility to be there. So you actually train yourself. This is more advanced things. It's a mindset, I would say, a mindset for advanced SEO, how to train your brain to actually be able to read data, to read pages and read indexes and actually read content, paragraphs. This means a lot for yourself, okay? But again, it's a framework, considering that you have pieces to join, different pieces to join in order to get the information to the right people that needs to be retrieved. Okay, LLMs, Googlebot, and everything that how it needs to be approached. Right. It's both, and it's nothing. Depending the scope, right?
Correct. Get it. Okay. So also, now, to whom do you recommend Koray's framework? Is it for everybody? Is it for someone very specific? What are the conditions you think that one should go for it? or one should not learn this as a client, or maybe as a person like me, as a person who's into SEO, wants to learn semantic SEO? I think that's the better way of answering it. For whom is Koray's framework actually is? Can you answer that?
I cannot answer that in a way that you need that. Could be for everybody. If you're a 1 month business, or like you have a family business that I do, and if you have the ability as a person to learn semantics and actually apply it somewhere easy that will not cost you money, you can do it. But again, you need like something unique behind that. I have a developer's background. I'm a developer. I studied. I have a passion for design. So all my angles are unique and again relevant, right? So unless you are a developer, unless you are like a UX designer that you can actually understand code, or you are like marketing agency, I cannot. I mean, for me, being a marketer is the most distant one. Okay. For me, again, this is a really personal opinion. But at the end of the day, I think it's for businesses, the whole framework for businesses that want to grow from a specific amount of visits/revenue to another amount of visits/revenue. Again, they need to have a budget to invest on that, because the whole team needs to be done correctly. Okay, you can go to Upwork and or wherever you can hire a consultant, a semantic consultant to tell you a few things to change in the website and say, okay, that works. You're doing this wrong. Fix that. You know, in blind people, the person with one eye wins. So if the competition is not advanced, doing simple things will give you the leverage. And that means that may mean to you that, oh, I did semantics. No, you did not do semantics. You do something better than the competitors. And that's always the case, right? That's always the case. But again, for me, is that if you can bring significant value and that will reflect to the business revenue, go for it.
I have a follow-up question to this. We've discussed that whom the framework is for. We've discussed that it is a mindset shift or not. Is it like what is to reject and what is to accept? Everything is very much clear to me right now. So do you think that if a person, like there are people like me who trying to be very smart than they actually are. So in that case, if someone is actually acting more smarter than the person is, so why can't we just it's a question I really need to think on you on this, is that why can't someone just copy maybe one of your website and see that you're following a topical map? Why I need to learn the semantic SEO? I can just see this website. Like you discussed this bit in the past about stealing the topical SEO topical map from someone, but why can't I just copy what you're doing and just try to more expand it and just do it? Why do I need to actually go and learn the framework? What do you think about it?
To be a little bit more specific on actually stealing or copying what I do, because if you copy content by referring resources that I do, or actually trying the same content, you actually give me credit. You consider me as the authoritative resource, the primary source of things you mentioned. So you're actually giving me credit.
But in a case where I see what kind of topics you are covering, what is your briefs, what are your header topics, what is your whole overall structure, and I just try to make it more extensive, just looking at I just plus 20, maybe I do it. You have 50, I may make it 80, something like that.
This is not always the case. No. This is not, doesn't work out. Again, you need to study the search volume, and again, this is really dynamic. It's not a static thing. Okay. I can tell you again, I change most of my content like every 6 months, because the search behavior change within these 6 months. again, locality is important here. For example, an e-commerce website just before Black Friday and before Christmas, you need to change things in order to leverage these changes. Okay, so because this is the search volume comes this period. So I think that it's not as easy as you think it is. Maybe if you try to copy my current business, let's say my travel business, I don't have just current, I have different travel businesses as well. So, but if you try to copy these things, you will do it a sloppy way that will not be optimized for the search volume, or will not be able to follow the dynamics, the shift changes. Okay, I suggest doing something unique on this. You can copy that, but for another source context, that might actually work better. But again, you need to know what things you're copying from a competitor or from another person. Okay?
Correct.
You need to know what you are doing. Okay? We all do that because you told me that you use Perplexity. Yes. Perplexity is this exact same thing. It scrapes the resources, it cites them, so you're actually getting information. But the way you structure this information is more important than actually stealing the information from your competitor. Okay?
Very well.
And again, it's like the consensus, which is actually created from Google. If you deviate from the consensus and you know your shit, you know your topic, you should be inclusive first and then be sure about what you're talking about.
Right.
So this is, again, it's not as easy, okay, I will take this. Okay. It's easier to copy yourself, like create mirror websites. That is another technique that you can actually do. But it's not as easy as people think. Okay, I got this.
Correct.
It may work, but you are actually be giving leverage to your competitor.
This is a very unique point. So,
Yeah.
copy way is the sloppy way. Yeah. I get it. Very good.
If you know what you're doing, then yeah, that could be an asset. But if you don't know what you're doing, just doing things like this, it's not. I don't think anybody would do it.
I think we've discussed it in a very good detail, very good understanding I've had of Koray's framework, Semantic SEO overall, and I am very sure we are going to implement this in our agency. Now let's talk about scalable systems. Okay, how do you train teams? Maybe you work with, like you just told about that you work with in a very limited capacity. You work with maybe someone whose your personality or mentality is going along with you. But if you need to train a writer, maybe train someone who is managing in your behalf, managing a team. So what comes in your mind? What is the best way is there a part way which you can templatize? Is there a thing which you can simplify and maybe automate? What is your take on that part, scaling part of the things?
It's always a gamble when training teams. Okay, let's say I have trained a team of 4 writers and 3 of them bailed within 1 week, but the one who stayed is the best writer that I have at the moment. Okay, that she's actually in place to train other writers. So again, it's always a gamble. When it comes to other people, like train people to do briefs, that is more complicated. You first need to train them do topical maps, then do briefs. You can do semi-automated solution, like to outsource the easy briefs, like cover one topic, easy entity, just one entity, and cover the whole thing about that. And you can template that. That's the only thing that I have found that I can automate. But other than that, I haven't done any work to automate any kind of system.
No. So that's where you may need me.
You have automated everything.
We're trying to. So I'll tell you this in the end of the podcast. There's a surprise for you actually. So I'll just give you a hint that we are actually. So the way I work is I always believe that anything, if thought in that way, can be simplified, and if not simplified, at least can be made a process, made an SOP with, and then to a certain point, a person can be trained. Maybe you have a very complicated thing. You can break down those things, and then you can make SOPs and.
SOPs, yeah, I'm all good for this, and I will use them also for many of the things that I work with, but not automatic, meaning like LLMs, AI automation.
That's the next stage. That's the next stage I'm trying to do. So after SOPs, that's the next time I'm trying to step into.
Okay, maybe.
I'll give you the insights when I have good results. But yes, SOPs is the base of everything. Like, for example, we talk about semantic SEO. We talk about SEO, traditional SEO, then semantic. Semantic is base of SEO for us, right? It is base of the LLM and AI SEO as well. So similarly, SOPs, processes, I think is the base of a business. If we have processes, we can do anything. And I think you might be a strong believer of making the processes and SOPs. Am I right in that?
Yeah, I have most of the SOPs, the important SOPs in my brain, because there is always a unique angle and there is also a unique thing. But I will be happy to reject all your processes at the end of the podcast.
Yes. Great.
There are way too many things involved, right? There are way too many things involved in order to automate the whole thing. But again, I hear everything because I have heard everything that we can imagine. I have heard a lot of things, but if you don't know the background, why this led to an SOP or why this led to creating automation, you cannot really evaluate.
Alright, time for a sponsor break. This episode is proudly sponsored by Kings Digital, the marketing agency that I, your host, Gundeep Singh co-founded. At Kings Digital, we specialize into scaling businesses, optimizing growth strategies, and turning your ideas into brands that people can't stop talking about. You might be thinking self-promotion in your own podcast? Well, that's quite bold. That's because that's exactly what we do for our client. Bold strategies that bring results. So if you're a business owner or an agency wants to level up your marketing, your processes, whether it's SEO, ads, social media, performance marketing, we're building a killer brand presence for you. If you want us to audit your website or your ads campaign, just fill up the form below. We will get back to you with a full-blown SEO audit, a complete 6 to 12 months SEO roadmap tailored to your business, and a step-by-step video walkthrough breaking down exactly how to fix and scale your organic traffic. This isn't some cookie-cutter checklist. Trust me, our team spends an entire day crafting this report. Trust me, if we're good enough to sponsor ourselves, we're probably good enough to help you crush your goals. Alright, that's enough of us now. Now let's get back to the show.
Okay, let's talk about a little bit about how do you explain topical map to a non-technical client. If you like there are two cases you want to work with: someone who doesn't know SEO as well, doesn't know anything about SEO, just the basics. Someone who's very much advanced. Advanced is okay, he knows, right? And you can explain. How about a non-technical guy? How about a client, a prospect who wants to do work with you, but doesn't understand SEO? How would you make him understand that what you're going to do for him? Just in 2-3 lines, maybe.
I don't know. Like, we bring traffic, we bring clients to your business. So, whatever that is, maybe it's not traffic, maybe it's telephone calls. It could be any conversion side. It depends how you measure conversion as a business, right?
When you deal with a client, so you talk about these things, the topical map, all these. Do you go into the technicals? Do you discuss the technical details, or you just be very basic with the stuff that we want to do lead generation for you via organic traffic? Is it that simple, or you try to explain a little bit about what you do, what kind it is actually when you're trying to do?
First of all, when you're trying to work on an existing website, because everybody had the website before and this is the kind of challenge part. In the past, I did not work with clients that I haven't built the website. And that's a thing that, because it's kind of difficult to explain why things need to change on the website, by providing like a brief for your technical team, or actually for me it's easier to go in and fix the things themselves right away. But now I tend to differ because, okay, I will give you a report of what needs to be changed, how you change them, and then you manage it with your whoever. Then they come back with, somebody that can do it, okay, developer or whatever. And then we go recommend somebody or whatever that means. But again, for me, it's important to work on a website that can accept the changes that we need to do. And that's important. Okay, if your website is shitty, let's say your conversion rate at this point is like 1%, and if we can easily change it to 3%, that again is not SEO, right? But for me, again, I try to run your business. I trying to understand how your business works, and that I will tell you like business decisions that you need to make, business changes that you need to make. So if you're not happy to accept them or happy to hear them, okay, then not a problem. But slowly I will distance myself from the project because you are not applying what I'm saying that you should apply. We do a lot of tests, okay, A/B testing on the UX, A/B testing on the content as well. So let's try this for this month. Let's try the next one on the next one and evaluate that in 3 months. That's how I'm saying it's everything is dynamic, and dynamic change, you should be able to follow and show responsiveness on every aspect of a business. All right.
Okay. So now can you also tell me that, see, when we start to do with semantic SEO, we might change the existing things in a website. We might go here and there. We fix a lot of things. So how do you convey that to the client that your traffic might go down initially? How is that conversation happening? Just how do you tell that to the client?
I don't give reports to the clients. Okay. The clients can actually see the conversions. Okay. I do maybe one meeting end of the year and say, this is what we did and this is how it went. And this is what changes affected your visibility, your conversions and everything. Depending how deep I am in the project. If I am, for example, if you accept my business decisions, we will talk also about business. Okay, how you should make changes in order to get more money out of this. Or where we should focus next year, next month, next semester. But SEO wise, I don't give report because they can see the growth on the results.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I can go when I do, for example, the content configuration. I see, okay, we get a shitload amount of visitors in this query network, and I don't see conversions on that. Okay, so there is something that breaks the journey. So let's try and fix that. And if the business is not able, let's say, to accept the change to make money, okay, again, here it should be something that we should work on at the end of we do it like this every semester, let's call it.
Amazing. I think that's very good for the client side of the things. Now let's talk about the bit we were discussing. Let's continue that bit a little bit, humans versus machine. So this is the segment 7 of the podcast. So now let's talk about like what I was discussing, that are you leveraging anything in AI to maybe AI agents or anything you are working on? It's just my personal curiosity. I want to ask that to automate, let's not exactly in SEO, but actually to automate things, do anything. Maybe are you as a person? I want to know. Are you doing anything, researching anything in AI automations, AI bots, AI agents? Anything you're doing? Maybe in any way.
We do a lot of AI agents like ChatGPT agents, a lot of processes and tools, internal tools to save time from the research or actually the whole process to make it quicker. Actually, I'm obsessed with how quick I can do things. Again, I don't sacrifice quality at any point. That's very fundamental for me. But if something might help the team in terms of like, I can save you like an hour of your day, by building an automation, I will do that. That's why we train writers a specific way. And we change that. This is again a dynamic process. Every, let's say, 2-3 months, we reevaluate the things. We update the SOPs and see. Okay, this is because there is no thing that if one writer changes something, there should be all the writers changing something together.
Nice.
So
nice.
the way the team works is important.
That's how the database should be managed. Data integrity is the most important thing. So tell me, can you give any example, any use case you solved, anything you come in, anything which you can publicly tell, any basic thing, just example maybe what you solved.
You can build a knowledge base for topics you haven't worked before. Okay, and build an LLM to ask questions in this knowledge base. That will help you and the writers to speed up the process of onboarding people in a project.
Okay.
For me, this is fundamental. I mean, you can even build a RAG database and actually ask questions there. And then you optimize with GPTs, you optimize the output. That's basically.
Very good. Okay. So now let's do the rapid fire and complete the podcast first. Okay. The rapid fire, you don't have to think. Okay. You just have to answer anything comes in your mind. Okay. Short answers. Okay. What's one SEO principle you believed so deeply that now you laugh at?
Nothing. I mean, I told you, I hear anything. I have had crazy ideas that I believe I evaluate them. Okay. I reject them, but no, I don't. I generally don't laugh at ideas or principles. I laugh at people, maybe.
Koray in one word.
I don't have one word. I have 3 words. He's like very genuine, very kind, and genius.
Genuine, kind, and genius.
He could leverage the whole thing he built for himself, but he decided to train other people and bring a community together. This is not something that most of people would not do.
Correct. Very well said. A habit you stole from Koray that is still with you.
Research. I would say I spent a significant amount of my daily processes for research. If that means patterns, if that means whatever that means. Yeah. Research. Even studying a topic that you never heard of, or finding some ideas. Yeah. For this research.
Amazing. Okay. If topical maps were banned tomorrow, what would you build instead to win SEO? Like if topical maps are not there anymore, what would you do in SEO?
Again, business, with whatever that means.
Yes. Car rentals.
You can try different things. Like you can try to bring clients to your business in another way. That's pretty much, right. It's still marketing, or you can call it whatever. My father used to cooperate with enormous amount of travel agencies to bring customers.
So what's the most non-SEO thing that actually makes you better at SEO?
Okay, I would say business and decisions that you need to make, hard decisions maybe, even letting a person go that doesn't perform, operating a team, an SEO team is the same, I would say.
Okay, a moment in your journey which was like, oh, holy shit, this stuff is actually working. What was that moment?
It's not an SEO thing. It's like design, by even changing the color of a button, of like important CTA button, can actually improve your conversion rate significantly.
True. Very underrated thing, but very well said. Very good presence of mind, I must say. Okay, if Google algorithm or Google was a personality, what kind of toxic ex-girlfriend would it be for you?
I don't blame Google or like think of they doing something wrong or something about it. Just if you consider this as a business, they're like managers who try to satisfy the higher ladder, and the shareholders that they need to make decisions. So they choose ways to do things that might affect people. Okay, it's not and judging the way they do it, or like if you put yourself in their spot, if their way, you may have done even worse.
Correct.
Also, you may done even better. But this is very crucial because they affect their lives of a tremendous amount of people in any possible way you can imagine. I have seen, for example, from the travel scope, that a small village in the middle of nowhere could actually improve to becoming a really small town and improving, just because Google, somebody wrote something good about that, and people went there, people were investing there, and
Correct. Correct.
the growth of a simple village in because of Google and because of
Wow.
somebody decided to put some effort there. Okay, that would never happen otherwise, right? They are able to affect life of visitors. So if you put yourself in their scope, in their eyes, in their position of make decisions, it's important to see why they make this decision. I'm not saying it is good or bad, but I'm understanding everybody's perception when they make a decision. And those decisions are hard. Okay, hiding that they track a shitload of data in Chrome, for example. Who would do that? I mean, publicly admit that we're doing that, right?
Correct.
Even John Mueller, that, okay, if you see that he always is mysterious, let's call it, in the answers, and he might not know the whole picture behind that, but he's trying, like, his situation thing. He's doing his job, right? So I'm not blaming anybody for making a bad, good, or dubious business decision. At this point, they decided that is the best way to do this. Best way means money, means integrity, could be different things, right?
Correct. Got it. Okay. What's the most weirdest productivity ritual you follow?
Okay. I have a rule. I devote like 3-4 hours a week to make next week faster on my workflows. So I build a tool or whatever this means to be. So I save time from next week. So I have like every Friday morning, 2-3 hours there to build a tool or a process or anything that will automate my week next week or the week after that, everything.
This is something I would copy from you. One advice you would give to your younger self.
Invest in Bitcoin and stay for 20 years, let's say.
Yes.
Then this talk would be irrelevant, I would say. But I don't know. Generally, I'm invested in more stable and more safe with my investment or whatever. I'm not that risky or in gambling in any point. I get too addicted in exciting things in my life. So I try to make that more balanced with my investment or whatever that means. So I prefer growth, small, steady growth, rather than like this, because this is not my type. Yeah,
I believe in the same way.
I would say work on yourself to build the mindset around receiving information rather than, and actually doing stuff, okay, with this information, okay? Because I know a lot of people who are like tremendously good at theoretical level, but in practical level, they don't do anything. This is the joint venture that I want to do, because I will literally can help them. I can hear new ideas, new perspectives, but I can help them build the digital world, let's call it, to put them out there.
Perfect. Very good. So let's conclude. So any concluding advice you want to give to the audience?
Again, the same thing. Build on yourself, invest in yourself.
Correct.
And try to mingle with people better than you. I have significant amount of cases that people around smarter people are actually getting value in any possible way. If that means money, if that means whatever.
Correct. If you are the smartest in the room, then leave that room. Move to the other room where you're not the smartest, right?
Yeah, I hear that, but
Hmm.
some people actually need that for the ego, right? Or for building confidence to the.
But that's not much lived. That's not a long lived thing.
Nobody said do it forever. Okay, do it once a week or something like.
Correct.
I mean, everybody could have that in their life. Like, okay, why I am here, or why these guys called me to do what? I got that a lot, to be honest. Yeah, and I'm direct as fuck. Okay, if I need to say something, I'm killing myself for not saying the same minute that I think of it. And it's important to be direct in any cooperation, in any part of your life that you need to express this. That will make you a happier person at the end.
Perfect. That's a very good ending, and we're ending this on a happy note. I'm really very much thankful for that, and it was amazing having you, Harry. It was one of the best I think I ever done. One of the most technical but easily understandable podcast, I must say. I think this is the masterclass for someone who's looking into semantic SEO, even looking into AI SEO and the future of SEO. So I think thank you so much. I take a lot of your time. I think I need to let you go. Otherwise, you'll be fed up from me.
No, it's all right.
And please come to Chiang Mai. Let's have a good time.
I will try.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
Same here. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for sticking till the end of the conversation with us. We hope you found as much value as we did while creating it. If you enjoyed the podcast and want us to bring more such influential guests, then please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Honestly, each like and subscribe help us keep going. It keeps us motivated to make such content which is filled with insights and strategies for you. If you enjoyed the podcast and want us to bring more such influential guests, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Honestly, each like or a subscribe help us keep going and make such content which is filled with insights and valuable knowledge for you. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Anything you would like to tell us about the podcast? Whom do you want to see in the next podcast? And what kind of questions do you want to ask? And hey, just don't keep the conversation with yourself. Share this podcast with at least one person, can be a friend, colleague, or a family member, or anyone you think can benefit from learning something valuable or getting a fresh perspective. After all, one conversation, one perspective can truly change someone's life. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode of the Business Playbook by Gundeep.